There we go. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Awesome. Hey, guys. What is going on? So we're doing just a little live countdown to 100K, which should be pretty fun. I don't do live too often, but hello, Moose. Hey, buddy. He's meowing and running around, so that's fun. Yay, we have sound. Hello. Hello from the Netherlands. Oh my goodness. That is so far away. From at least where I am. So yeah, I thought we'd just do like a little Q&A. If you guys want to ask some questions, you don't have to. I don't know. We can just talk while this number almost hits 100,000, which is just insane. That is so crazy, you guys. I'm going to have a video out, another thank you video. It's seriously been really awesome. Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Really, really has. Just really awesome. I know I haven't uploaded in a few weeks. Sorry about that, guys. I tweeted about it the other day. I said I've been playing some video games, and I've also been doing some other projects like Saver Dice and Arcane Arcade and other live stuff. So Moose is freaking out right now. I don't know what he's doing, but he's running around. So do I keep up with the Mike Merle's Happy Fun Hour? No. I watched it a few times. I haven't really watched it so much. Yeah, we'll stay on a little bit longer after it hits 100K maybe. But I don't know. I would like to see Mystic in a book. That would be cool. I think the current version is very overpowered if you haven't seen the video. Oh, man. No, but if I'm sure we'll hit 100K in the next minute or so. But if we do, I'll stay on a little longer just as a thank you to you guys because you guys are awesome. Oh, thank you. You guys are so kind. It seriously just blows me away how nice you guys are. I love it. Critical Role character from campaign 1 and 2. That's hard. I love Scanlan so much. Just because I'm a bard at heart, but I also just love bards. He's also just hilarious. I really like Grog. I feel like nobody gives him a whole lot of credit, and I think he's really great. Yeah, I know, nice basement, right? Totally in a real place right now. Thanks, Nikki, Marissa. And campaign 2. Probably Ford. I really like Travis a lot. That's why I initially made that video. I think he's a really great player, and I really, really enjoy his characters a lot. So, yeah, I like Harry Potter. I actually didn't watch it when I was a kid or read the books. So, I didn't really watch it until recently. And that was fun. So I don't really have the nostalgia that a lot of people have in connected to Harry Potter. So I just kind of am like, yep, those are cool. I really like magic. I mean, it's awesome. But I have more of a nostalgia and love for Lord of the Rings. So that's more of like where I'm at. So Harry Potter's cool. I like it. It's not like I don't like it, but it's just kind of like, yep, that's a thing. That's fun. How many dice do I have? I don't know. A lot? I actually stopped using all of my colored dice in favor for these. Oh, I think my camera is being stupid. Yep, my camera's kind of a piece of garbage, so I might freeze out a little bit. But no, I've been using these dice of rolling, which are really, really cool, and those are really fun. So I like those. And they're just like different colored dice based on other stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all got so many questions. I gotta pick. I like the Hobbit trilogy. I like the book. That's all I'll say about that. No, I don't like the movies. I think they're ridiculous. I think they could have been in one movie, and they don't capture the original essence of Lord of the Rings. And I think it's not Peter Jackson's fault. I think he was shoved in last second. I think they it was higher management that got ahead of that, and that was pretty stupid. So, what's my favorite magic item? I don't know my favorite magic item. I really like magic items that are a ton of that they're very versatile. So I really like magic items that can do a lot of different things, not just like, oh, a +1 sword. That's lame. So alchemy jugs are really fun. I really like potions too, because I always like making alchemy shops and having them give random potions away and you have no idea what they do. I really like the bard instruments. Those are fun. I really like the magic items that just do really weird, silly things over just like power. Like that's not as fun. If I could make one change to Mystic, what would it be? One change? I would restrict the disciplines you get based only on the discipline that you choose. So you can't, your Mystic Order pertains to a discipline and you have to pick from that one. And then I don't know, just get rid of Soul Knife, or Soul Knife can still pick from all of them. That's still kind of overpowered. I would have Mystics not be able to choose from all the other disciplines, or all the other orders in terms of their disciplines, which I think is pretty dumb. I talk about it in the video. It just doesn't make sense in terms of that. Staff of the Woodlands is really cool. Storytelling tips for new GMs. Go watch Guy Sklander's channel, How to Be a Great GM. Air Guitar Bard. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what Aragon is? The book series. Yeah. I know what it is. I've never read it. Will you do How to Play Gunslinger? I'll mention it in How to Play Fighter. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna just do a whole video about a subclass. What is better, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings. Nah, Lord of the Rings. Books too. Books too. Would you ever DM play a Tal'Dorei campaign on Arcane Arcade? That would be so much fun. I would love to, honestly. That would be really, really fun. The problem is that I'm playing a lot of D&D games right now. Like 5. Let's see. I've got Saver Dice Karo Stones. I've got Torg Eternity, which is also Saver Dice, which is not really D&D. I've got Sunder that I DM. I've got on Arcane Arcade. I've got Tesseract, which I play in. Then we've got Waterdeep, which we're doing on Arcane Arcade. And then I just started a game the other night, which was Dungeon of the Mad Mage, because I want to review it and I want to play it before anything like that. Then I've got another home game that we barely play because of these 6 other games, called Stormlands. That's my own homebrew game. Then I don't know. I have a lot of games, so I really want to do Tal'Dorei, but it's like 7 games I'm playing right now. So maybe in the future. Oh my goodness. Favorite multi-class combo. Druid Barbarian. Cause it's barbarian, but also just because it's such a tank. Like you can wild shape and you can I like to mess with my hair a lot. Sorry guys. There's a lot of different things. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the, as a bard, just starting a new campaign. Hideous Laughter, you're gonna make videos. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate that. Bane, Fairy Fire, Hideous Laughter. Hideous Laughter. Way cooler. Way more fun. You can make puns. Yes, I will be making more videos on the Critical Role cast. I don't know who I'm going to do next. Mostly because I haven't really been inspired to talk about any of them. The Taliesin one was a little different than all the other ones. I did Matt initially because I love him and I wanted to make a video about him. And then I did the Travis one because I really thought Travis was super not like, it was very much of an underdog of Critical Role, and I felt like he needed the appreciation that he deserved. And then I made the one about Taliesin because about what had recently happened in Critical Role. All of you who are caught up should know. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but that's why I made that one. So right now everybody's like, make one about Sam and how he makes jokes, and I'm like, just be funny. Like I don't know. So I will make one in the future. I don't know what it is. Please save my profile name. It will freak my relative out. Nilhlin? I don't know. I probably didn't pronounce that right. Yes! I'm super excited for Smash Brothers. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. There's so many games that have come out recently, and that's why there's been no videos. But yeah, I just got done with Red Dead 2, and now I just started Fallout 76. And yeah, then Smash is gonna come out, and it's gonna be like, guys, there's gonna be no content for a few weeks. You bit about the Kenku in the races video inspired me to make a Kenku bard promo. He says, Dungeon, it makes me laugh whenever I think of him. Thanks for that, you're awesome. Aw, thank you, Austin Wyndham. That's great. I know, it's so close. There's 9 away! 9 away! Oh my god! We should. That'd be fun. Nikki. Dungeon of the Mad... What do I think about it? Dungeon of the Mad Mage is really, really long and really, really big. And I'm going to make a review video about it, but I don't know how I'm going to review it very well because it's so freaking massive. And yeah. My thoughts on Pathfinder. Thank you for the donation, Riker Davis. Thoughts on Pathfinder. I started playing D&D with... Who unsubbed? Who unsubbed? I will destroy you. Never mind. I started playing Dungeons & Dragons with 3.5. And I liked it a lot until 5e came out. And then all my friends were like, 5e sucks. And I was like, what? So we played it, and I actually really liked it. And then I played in another game afterwards, going back to Pathfinder, and I've also played Starfinder. So that's more or less just my experience of it. I have played Starfinder. I really like it. I like it a lot. It's fun. It's not like I dislike it. I just like 5th edition more because it's simpler. I like... there's a lot of different rule sets you can do with it. I like the different options it brings, but really, I'm more of a player and a DM who really likes to just like whatever. So all the rules, 97. Oh my god, god damn it, 96. Shit. 90. Okay, back to 97. Back down to 96. Whatever, that's fine. Whatever, this is fine. But I do like Pathfinder. It's pretty cool. I just like 5e more. What is the coolest homebrew race you have made or playing as it seems? Craig, I saw you in the chat earlier. Where are you, my boy? I love you, Craig. You're awesome. Everybody say that you love Craig. He gives me free books. He is an employee. He works at my local game store where I live, and he's so awesome. So everybody give him love because he's a beautiful. I love Craig. Yes, yes. He's beautiful, beautiful man. Just keep it at 99999. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You guys are so great. Favorite monk subclass? Probably Shadow Monk. They're pretty cool. They can teleport and stuff. I want to be Craig too. He's so cool. Look at all the love. Look at how much we love you. He probably left. I don't know. Best fighter subclass? Battlemaster. Battlemaster is really fun. You can choose what you want. It's like getting little mini feats. Y'all better stop unsubbing. Breaking my heart over here. It's cool. We don't need to hit 100k. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Appreciate that, Nikki. Really appreciate that. Hey, 93. 92. 95. Oh my gosh. 5 away. 5 away! Who knows? Watch us not hit it tonight. It's just going to go back and forth and back and forth. If you don't hit the 100k, the stream won't end. Oh my gosh. What's your opinion on some of the new subclasses in Xanathar's Guide to Everything? They're not that new, but they're cool. I like them a lot. I really like the Bard ones. The new Bard ones are really awesome. And the Rogue ones are pretty cool too. Davy Chappie collab? Soon. Soon. Why is it... You can't say bad words in my chat, guys. Gosh. I have to re-show your messages. I'm glad you like the Waterdeep adventure. That's cool. Who's my current D&D character? I said this earlier. Oh my god! 100,000! Holy shit! Holy shit, guys. If you fucking unsub, I will eliminate you. But, oh my god. God damn it, you guys! No! 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 God damn it. God damn it. You all... Nope. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're good. We're good. Yay! It's party time. I didn't bring party things. But, we're just going to say we hit it. So I don't care if we go back down because we hit it anyways. Oh, you guys are so great. You guys are so cute. I love all of you. Aw. Thank you. Hi, Paladin and Nirvana. Appreciate that. This is awesome. Legit didn't think that we would ever hit this. It's pretty awesome. It was really crazy because it was about exactly a year ago when I was at BlizzCon and I had uploaded a few videos and how to play Rogue and other things like that. And the game and the channel, I came back and the channel had exploded in by 10,000 subs, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was insane. So and it's just been an incredible journey from here on out. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. It's just it's just crazy. It's just insane how much love you guys give, and this community is really great. It's really awesome to see everybody's comments when I upload videos. So you guys are great. Sub for free V-Bucks. Yeah, my name was Biosmium a while ago. I changed it because I didn't like it. Favorite bard subclass? Swords. Probably really cool. I like all of them. I really like all of them, actually. I don't know which one's my favorite. Probably Valor, because I played one of my my characters to level 15, level 12. One of my main characters to that, so... D&D tips with bios. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, that's an old video. How old am I? I don't know. How old do you think I am? How old does everybody think I am? That's something I really want to know, actually. Let's see. Let's see what you guys think. My musical skills are awful. What are you talking about? 30? You think I'm 30? 12. 12's accurate, actually. 23, 25, 20, 22, 22, 20, 85, 85, 12, 22, 24, 22, 22, 24, 23, 28, 22, late 20s. Did Logan eat me? 21. Hey, you got it, Kevin Mattinson. I'm 21. Good job. But 12 was close. I look like I'm 12, kind of. Somebody asked how Logan is. Logan's great. He doesn't have to work anymore. Except he's working on his new channel, so I think that makes him really happy. So go sub to him. But Logan's fine. We're all fine. We're great. Very, very sick. He's not sick anymore. He was sick yesterday. What is my opinion on Spaniard Bard of Swords who doesn't wear any armor and uses no offensive magic? I don't know. That sounds weird. You look like burnt chicken nugget. You know what? I love myself. Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love myself. Subrace Mordecai and Tome of Foes. They're cool. I don't remember what's in there. Gith? And there wasn't that many subraces in that one. I like the one in Volos a lot. Those ones are really cool. Any thoughts on Pathfinder 2e? I haven't read it. I've only heard that a lot of people dislike it or really like it. So, I don't know. What how to play do I plan on doing next? Everybody wants to know this. You all want to always know what the next how to play is. And it's like, guys, I don't know. Whichever one I feel like doing next. But it's probably going to be Paladin. Probably Paladin. And I have a song for it. So, Poland, my people. My ancestors are from Poland. So, hi. I am running a campaign and I like warlocks. How often do you think they should be in the world? Um, if you're gonna do a class for a certain type of NPC, make them important and make them like a patron or something. Oh, my face froze. Hopefully I unfreeze it in a second, but there we go. I'm good. I think I'm okay now. I think that they should be like very important NPCs if you're going to make like a warlock, because then you can kind of show off those abilities instead of just some random guy who shows up. He's like, hello, I'm a warlock, and then he leaves. So the party won't pay attention to that, and they'll just be like, oh, okay, that's just another guy. Other than that, everybody's just random commoners. Deus Volt, is this for the Paladin? Well, it's not going to be a very typical Paladin video, because I think everybody hates Paladins. So I'm kind of giving them a little bit of like a, you know what, they're not that bad. Even though Colton kind of ruins them for me, but it's okay. I think he's asleep. He didn't hear that. Are all the class songs as their own vids, please? Are you asking me to upload all of the songs as their own videos? Because I did that with Bard, and then I was like, this is a scummy thing to do. I feel like you can just go to the video and watch them. But if you want that, then sure, maybe I'll do it. The other thing about Paladins is that they don't have to be tied to a god. They can be tied to their oath is the only thing they need to be tied to. So one of my favorite concepts for a paladin is a paladin whose oath is their like wedding vows, and their wife either dies or their husband, and they become a paladin or an oath breaker because of that. So the cool part about paladins, you don't have to be tied to a god. You can just be tied to an idea or a commandment or something like that. Oath breakers are freaking dope, and I love them. But I've never played a paladin before, so how do I pronounce tabaxi? Like that. Tabashi? Tabashi? That's weird. Who says that? My paladin's oath is staying sober. That's awesome. You jam to the Bard song frequently? What? Who does that? You guys are just like, this is my jam. That's weird. You guys are crazy. I listen to that song and I'm like, oh, this is the song I recorded and wrote within a few hours. So yes, I froze again, guys. Look at that. Professionalism as my camera freezes. Can you play a cleric that's devoted to a certain domain rather than a certain specific god? Yeah, you just talk to your DM and see if it works. I do watch Critical Role. I got about 80 to 90 episodes in Campaign 1. And I was caught up with Campaign 2 until about a few weeks ago. And I haven't caught up recently. So I'm not caught up right now. How about Puffin Forest? Puffin Forest is cool. I like some of his videos. I do not have an Adventurers League, and I frankly don't really know what it is. The Mystic song's your favorite? That's great. That one's so ridiculous. I was cringing so hard when I made that one too. I could not, I really, really hated it at first. I was like, this is going to be awful. This is going to be so bad. But I just did it, and I was like, fuck it, whatever. Is a ranger's companion animal off limits to a druid controls? Yes. To control the animal? That's kind of a dick move. I mean, if you've got a ranger and then you're a druid and you're just going to control their animal, can you even do that? I'd say you could talk to them, but to control them, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah, Logan's amazing in that video. Him running around with the hair and all that. My least favorite class? My least favorite class. Mystic. That wasn't hard. Out of the player's handbook? I don't know. Probably Paladin, to be honest. I just don't really like playing them very much. Paladin, Cleric, I'm a god now. Did somebody actually wind up playing a Mystic in one of your games? Yes, twice. In my original campaign called Immortals that we played for a few years that ended this year, a while ago. One of our characters died, and he came back with a Mystic, and he made beans and kept the party alive, but by sating their hunger and thirst. And yeah, at that moment I was like, damn, this class is overpowered. But he wasn't kind of obnoxious about it when he played it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Then Logan played a Mystic in Sunder a few episodes ago. That's up on Arcane Arcade. He played a Earth Genasi Mystic named Pay Knight, and he was absolutely ridiculous. Then I think Tim playing Olo in Tesseract has been the biggest, like, holy fucking shit. Mystics are just insane. Opinions on Magic the Gathering and Guild Ravnica. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really know that much about it. I don't play that much Magic, so... yeah, fix Mystic. Here's the thing, though. Give my honest opinion. The concept behind a Mystic is really cool. I really like the idea that you can kind of build whatever you want. You can pick whatever you want, and you can be as powerful as you want to be. That part about it I really like. The part I don't like about it is that they don't explain it. And I know that there's a whole book about psionics and all that stuff. I don't really know that. It would be really great if they came up with a logical reason as to how this can happen, because wizards in concept are really, really, really super cool because they can just take any spell and write it in their book. And they make it make sense by being like, they study magic, so they can do that. What I don't like about mystics is like, oh, they can do everything just cuz. And it's like, that's the part I don't like about it. If there was a reason behind it, then I'd be like, okay, it's not that bad. So that's kind of the DM I tend to be too, is one that's like, you can do this super overpowered thing so long as it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it's stupid and I don't like it. The challenge rating for a Hydra, a lot higher than it is because action economy. Divine Smite is OP. I think a lot of the smites are OP. Only because you can choose to do them afterwards. That's the biggest one. So you can like hit, and then you can crit, and then you don't have to... I don't know why I have my headphone in. I don't need that. Because you can hit, and then you can crit, and then you can decide, oh, I want that to be the smite. And it's just like, oh, this is more powerful than sneak attack, which is insane. I just don't like that. My paladin's anger keeps him alive. Not literally, he just claimed it did. He died a while ago. His last words were, my anger shall not be extinguished until my oath is fulfilled. Splat, stupid mystic. Play test a homebrew class. Play it in a game. Oh, make somebody else who doesn't know anything about the class play it. I don't know, that might be a terrible idea. I played with a guy who kept deciding my companion animal was his best buddy. When I brought this up, it was just getting on my nerves. The DM said that's just how he roleplay. That's dumb. I love Revised Ranger. Ranger sucks big poo-poo dick penis in the player's handbook, and I really like the new Ranger. It's really, really, really great. Oh, thank you guys. I really like all the nice comments. You guys are really nice, and I really appreciate you. My first character in a 5e campaign was a druid, and I didn't have much trouble with it. Am I just a nerd? No, you're probably just good at Dungeons & Dragons. I don't like... Oh, you know what? I'll be right back, guys. Here we go. This solves all these problems. Have you not seen oh my god, the green screen is greening it out. Oh fuck. Yep, we're gonna keep that. That's cool. Check out my merch, guys. Oh my god. Look. It's greening out of the green screen. So dumb. No, if you played a druid your first time and you liked it, then great. More power to you. I just think it's an awful idea to give it to newer players. I'm trying to make a new class where you can manipulate any element you can think of. Cool. Wear a green t-shirt. Just completely, just be a floating head. It was an ad the whole time, guys. It was an ad the whole time. Easy roller dice. Nope, not doing that. Thank you, Riker, for the donation. Your thoughts on a fighter, black dragon, bloodline sorcerer as a character concept? That sounds dope. That sounds cool. Kind of sounds like Kaliana from Critical Role. But fighter, that sounds great, man. You should run with that. Sounds really cool. Aren't clerics harder than druids? No. Clerics are... So if a druid is here, in terms of difficulty, clerics, like, right there. The only thing that's making the druid harder is wild shape. Pact of the Genie for warlocks? Your pact is Robin Williams. Did you just put gay, question mark? Gay? Who knows? Ambiguously gay. Is there a homebrew that you'd like to see that you haven't seen anyone try it yet? No. Mostly because the only time I like homebrew is when it doesn't necessarily make something new. It's when it makes additions onto something that's already in the game. Because I think Wizards has it really figured out with Dungeons and Dragons, and a lot of the core classes allow you to do most of the things that you want in D&D. So I have some people who are like, I really want to play this in D&D, but none of the classes sound like that. I'm like, you can totally play that. You can make any character in D&D a bard, but they don't have to be a bard. You just pick the entertainer background. You can be a fighter who plays an instrument. I want to play a tank in D&D, but there's no tanks in Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, there is. Play a barbarian and load yourself up with armor. I don't know, something like that. And then cross class into Paladin or something. If you want to play like a defender class. Subscribe to PewDiePie, actually. Yeah, that's important. Sub to me and sub to PewDiePie. Do I have any Borealis dice from ChessX? No, I don't have any Borealis dice from ChessX. Although ChessX is really cool. They gave me a map, a little board, and it was very, very awesome. How would you become a god in D&D? Be a DM. Do you use worlds like Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, Eberron, etc., or do you make your own worlds? Both. I make my own world. I have my own world that I've been building for a long time. It's where Sunder takes place in. But I do run the pre-writtens. I really like running the pre-written adventures, so I do have a lot of... I do know a lot about Forgotten Realms, stuff like that. Making a class that is essentially Demo Man from TF2 and trying to homebrew mechs into D&D because I'm the DM for the next campaign should be fun. That's great, man. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. I had a paladin. My Curse of Strahd campaign used Divine Smite with a silver short sword against werewolves. All I can say is OP, man. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, Divine Smite. Aw, thank you, My Take Gaming. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. There's a lot of YouTubers that are so like they're just like passive about the comments, and there's some days where I feel that. Some days I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber, whatever. And it just kind of passes my mind. I don't think about it. But every time I see your guys' comments, the ones where you're just like, oh, I love your stuff. I really like your content. You're really great. It really, really, really warms my heart. Makes me really feel great about what I'm doing. And I love that about you guys. You guys are really, really nice. And I appreciate that. And I really love this community. Thank you, Magic Poodle, for the donation. What class and race would you use to make a magical girl PC? I don't know what the fuck that is. Magical girl PC. I don't know. Wizard, sorcerer. That sounds magical, right? What music am I into? It's a good question. I like a lot of instrumentals and alternative indie, but I'm pretty sure I will never stop listening to Post Malone. I love him so much. Sailor Moon, fucking, I don't watch anime, guys. I really don't like watch anime at all. I really don't like it, to be honest. I don't get it. There's a lot of people that really like it, and I'm kind of one of those people that's just like, it's weird. I like it. This is such a pleb normie thing for me to say. I really like Attack on Titan, but there's some points in that show where I'm like, this is weird. You think they'll make a 6th edition anytime soon? Nope, I don't think they will, mostly because 5th edition is making a shit ton of money, and they're making a bunch of side books off of it, and there's no reason for them to make a 6th edition right now. It would be an awful business decision for Wizards to make a 6E right in the middle of their greatest moment in their product's history whatsoever. I don't think they'll do that at all. How'd you make a Pokemon D&D game? Everybody plays Rangers. I had an idea for a tank, half-orc, giant, barbarian, path, the Ancestral Guardians multi-class into Blood Hunter, Order of the Ghost Slayer. Think that would work, or that'd be a bad combination? That sounds awesome. But why would they want to slay ghosts if they have ghosts helping them? Are they like, only my ghosts are okay? I just started listening to the Adventure Zone. So far, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think the Ravnica thing is really awesome. A lot of people are whining about it. Like, it's just Magic the Gathering. I think that's cool. I think we don't... It's great for them to branch out and try new things with their other universes. I think that's really awesome. So, more power to them. Thank you, curly-haired rogue, for the donation. Hey, Jacob, despite the name, fave class is the monk. Love describing martial arts fighting. Anywho, what do you think of the Tinkerbard that makes music boxes? That sounds cool. Yeah, I love monks a lot. I'm going to have a video coming out with them probably this week. I'm going to record it today, tomorrow. But my camera's being fucking weird again. But Tinkerbard sounds great. You could be a gnome, a rock gnome, or a forest gnome. I don't know which one can make the stuff. And you can craft music boxes, and that's like what could be your spells. That'd be really cool. Thank you, Brandon J, for the donation. How much money have you spent on D&D overall? I don't know, a lot. Most of it's minis, and I barely use them anyways. Does that count with the channel? Because a lot of money. A lot of money, man. Yeah. Hello, it is me, Mr. Freeze. Yes. Rangers kind of suck. There's a lot of their abilities that don't make sense. So a lot of the classes can be kind of thrown into any situation that really makes sense. And it doesn't really matter what... They could be in a city, they could be in a forest, they can be whatever, and or any kind of game setting, and it works. The Ranger is so specific to one exact thing that it makes them useless if they get that thing wrong. So if it's the only class you have to be like, oh, as the Dungeon Master, I suggest you do this, and you play that. Artificer, go watch my improved Artificer video. That's what I think about the Artificer. I think that it has a lot of potential to be something really cool, but they just kind of went, here's a class. Hang on, I'm going to try and unplug my camera and see if that does anything. It probably won't. I probably just fucked everything up. Don't worry, guys. I definitely know how to stream. I'm definitely really great at this. Oh, there I go. There! I fixed it. I'm a master. Thank you, Frederick, for the $5. Thank you for your vids. Your how to plays have been very helpful to teach my new players in the classes you covered. Thank you. It really makes me laugh when you guys are like, I use the how to play videos to learn how to play the classes. And I'm like, I'm glad that helps you because it's just me taking a giant dump on the class. Oh, man. I love you too. I love you all. What kind of character would you play for a Western themed D&D game? Well, hail. I've actually really wanted, ever since playing Red Dead 2, I've been really wanting to run a Western themed game. That'd be super fun. I don't know. Fighter? Gunslinger? Probably that. A party of 6 barbarians? I want to play. That sounds awesome. Do you think, do you do session zeros? If so, what's your approach to them? Yes. Okay. I'm going to make a video about this in the future, because it's a really important topic that everybody should know. For Sunder, I made an awful decision to copy Critical Role and and have everybody make their characters separately with no knowledge of what anybody else was making, with only me saying, you can't play these classes. What this did was 2 things. One, it made a really, really fun introduction game where nobody knew what each other were playing, even though everybody was friends, and that was really fun to kind of discover those new characters. The shitty part about it was there was no group or party dynamic whatsoever. Everybody was strangers to each other, and it resulted in a really bad party makeup, and nobody really got along with each other, and it's really been we've kind of had to shoehorn motivation to get them to like each other, and it's working. The game's still really fun, and we're having a good time, but I would never, ever do that again. I would recommend to everybody, first of all, don't ever do that. If you're going to do a session 0, get everybody together, get them all in the same room, or in your Skype chat or whatever, and have them all make their characters right there. Even if one person comes in and says, I'm playing a barbarian and I'm going to play a half-orc. Is everybody okay with that? Oh, interesting. All right, see ya. So that they get an idea of what the group is going to be, because sometimes players can come to the table and one person's like, oh, I'm playing a bard. The other person's like, oh, I'm playing a rogue. And one person's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't play a druid. And it's like, yeah, maybe you should play something different. Okay, maybe I'll play a ranger. And then there starts to be a group dynamic. And I think that's really, really important. So don't make characters in secret. It's a bad idea. Matthew Mercer and voice actors can pull it off much better than all of us crappy people can. Do I play Dark Souls? I love Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. It's so much fun. What do you think of a party of 6 barbarian? Sounds great. Sounds awesome. Have you ever made a homebrew creature? A few. I only make homebrew creatures when I have like the intense inspiration to make one, or if I just want to beef up a monster, because my players are really good and they like to kill stuff. Or maybe I'm just a bad DM and they just kill my things all the time. Do I think a D&D movie could/would work? Any thoughts? Yes. It would have to be like Stranger Things, where they're playing the game and they are their characters while also being in the real world, and they kind of coincide with one another. That could work. But I don't think it'd be very good. Stranger Things is really great, though. I love... you like Waterdeep Dragon Heist games. Thank you so much. They get a lot better, to be honest. Recently, something awful happened, and it's crazy. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of questions. I'm trying to scroll through them. Thank you, Brandon J., for the donation. Any ideas for alternative Warlock 20th level ability? I really love Warlocks for roleplay, but their final ability sucks pretty hard in terms of style. Yes, it does. And I don't remember what it is. You can regain your spell slots on a short rest, right? Is that it? Everybody tell me if I'm wrong or right. I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure. I would change their 20th level ability to being something like the cleric ability, where they can call upon their patron to grant them something insanely powerful. Kind of like the cleric can do like a 10% chance their god comes down and helps them. It'd be great if the warlock was like once per day, or once per week. If you want to do once per week, you have a 50% chance or 100% chance you use all your spell slots that you currently have, or something along the lines of that. And your patron comes down and does something incredibly massive to the DM's discretion. That would be something really cool. That would be awesome. I love Warlocks a lot. They're probably one of my favorite classes. And they're really, really great. Do I enjoy any of the D&D games of old? I didn't really play old D&D games. I played 3.5 and Pathfinder, but I haven't really played like advanced D&D or second edition or anything like that. I'm a young boy and I've only been playing D&D for about 5 or 6 years. Maybe less than that. I don't know. Regaining your spell slots is dumb. It's just, woo, my spells are back. Like, I like level 20 abilities that are really, really awesome and really interesting. I don't like just, you get more power. Like, that's just lame. You said a paladin could be based off an ideology. How would you feel about a paladin devoted to their feudal order, like a paladin derives his power from the oath of loyalty to his king? Yes, Spencer is playing that exact kind of character in our Stormlands campaign, and she is her oath is tied to the crown, so she serves her kingdom. It's really great. What do you think about circus performer background? Yes, make it an entertainer background. Be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. Call of Cthulhu. I've never played Call of Cthulhu. I want to play it. I want to play every game ever, but I can't because I don't have enough time. If you could invite one member of Critical Role as a guest for a video stream, who'd you ask and what kind of video would you ask them to be in? I would love... It's my dream one day just to sit down and chat with Matt. He did his Between the Sheets a week or so ago, and I related to him a lot. Everything that he kind of goes through, I feel like, is very similar. He has a lot of struggle with imposter syndrome, and that's really, really, really hard to get through, and I really, really sympathize with him. So I just really love him. He's such a genuine, very kind person, and I would love to chat with him. I don't really want to make a video, even. I don't really want to bring them into videos. I would rather just want to chat with him. Drunken Master, open hand. Drunken Master, definitely. I have played Starfinder. I just talked about it. I really like Starfinder, actually. Tim runs it for us in this game. We haven't played in a few months since Sunder. We kind of stopped playing Sunder and we started playing... stopped playing Starfinder, started playing Sunder. And I absolutely love Starfinder. It's a lot of fun. It's a great change of pace from Dungeons & Dragons. Imposter syndrome is... It's difficult to explain. It's kind of when... You don't feel like you deserve everything that you have, and that it should be going to somebody else. Like, you're not worthy of all the things that you've been given or earned. And Matt has talked about and discussed that he feels that way a lot with a lot of his work and Critical Role. And it's not like he hates all of it or anything like that, but being a content creator on the internet can definitely make you feel this way because the internet's not really a physical thing, and it can be really difficult to wake up some mornings and just see thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching your videos being like, I love this, I love this, I love this, and you're like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this at all. And yeah, it can get bad because you can kind of just feel like you don't want it anymore. So yeah, yeah, you're right, Nikki. It's a bitch. It sucks. Like, I should just be homeless. I would love to guest on Critical Role, but I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. I don't know why they'd want that. They want me. That'd be crazy. Did you know that Open Hand Monk can knock an ancient dragon prone? That sounds awesome. Just suplex a dragon. That'd be great. Thoughts on Article 13? I don't know what that is, man. You think I know what politics are? A little bit, but I don't know. Thank you, Riker, for the donation. How would you handle a fighter using different fighting styles in combat? Would you give different bonuses or negatives for different things? Like, you would want them to have, like, dual wielding, but also ranged? If you wanted to take both, you could talk to your DM, and your DM could possibly give you, like, negatives based on either one of them. I think it'd be cool, though. You do, but I think it's more meant to pick one that you're really good at, while also having the option to do other things, because fighters can do anything. You can be a fighter who uses a longsword and then also have a short sword and then also have a crossbow. You just pick one to specialize in. You don't. If you're specializing in everything, then you're kind of being like, I'm a good at everything kind of person. Aw, thank you, Crystal Clear. I see you on Twitter a lot, so I appreciate that. My favorite character I've ever played is probably Jace. Let me get him. If he shows up, this is Jace. I had him commissioned a while ago. He is my favorite character I've ever played. He is my bard. I played him for a long time. I had him as an NPC in one of in Immortals, the game I was talking about earlier, and I also played him for a while in a different campaign. I liked him the most because he was just me. He was basically just me in D&D. And those are always the best, most fun characters. So, what time is it where I am? Well, I live in California, so it's about 12:30 at night in the morning. For Bard Final Ability for my homebrew, they get 3 uses and they roll for initiative. Way better than the freaking one. Yeah, it's great. Buff your bards. Hardest thing about dungeon mastering? For me, it's the multitasking, because I'm really bad at multitasking. I'm one of those people where if I'm on my phone reading something, I can't hear. So if I'm doing initiative and somebody's like, I want to do something, I'm like, I can't hear them. So the hardest part for me is managing everything that's going on with all the different players wanting to do different things. And my players kind of know me, so they know not to talk to me while I'm writing. So the other hard part is planning. I'm much better at improv, and planning for me is really difficult, and it never goes to my plan at all. I tend to be a better dungeon master when I have a concept of what's going to happen and can just improv all of it rather than having very detailed notes, which is kind of why I struggle to run pre-written adventures sometimes. But if I read everything, then I'm good. I don't know why. What's your favorite official campaign? Curse of Strahd is probably my favorite, next to Waterdeep. And probably Tomb of Annihilation. Those 3 are probably my favorite. They're just very rich in lore and atmosphere, and they're very easy to run and play, and they're very, very detailed, so they're very, very cool. Article 13 is when he's saying fuck you to the internet. Well, don't fuck the internet. That sounds bad. $2 a.m. in Chicago. Nice. Yeah, I really don't think humans are meant to multitask. I think some people are just really good at it, and they only hear little bits of it. Some people are like, I'm really good at multitasking. I'm like, really? You can hear 2 things at the same time? That's crazy. I have 5th level human fighter, battle master with defensive duelist and dual wielder feats, and the parry, riposte, and evasive footwork maneuvers. Sounds awesome. I love battle master fighters. I play one in Karo Stones on Saver Dice. That's tentative because of today's game, yesterday's game. Should go watch it. It's a hell of a time. But yeah, he uses a bow and he can like disarm people. And he has the sharpshooter feat. So you take sharpshooter, get -5 to your attack roll, but then have precise shot. So you can roll a d8 to that -5, and then you get a really good bonus, and then you get that +10 to damage. A little bit mini-maxy, but it's fun. Always makes everybody go, what the fuck? It's insane. Go to sleep, people. Jeez, why are you staying up? Gosh, you should go to sleep. If you're going to sleep, good. Tips on games over Discord. I ran a game on Discord for a little while. It was fun. It was really great. The problem I had with it was there were no faces, and that's really difficult for me. I need to be able to see faces when I'm being a DM because I need to communicate, and nobody used webcams. So just audio Dungeons & Dragons is not that fun. If you're using Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds or something like that, then it can be okay. But it was really difficult to tell the different voices from each other. I couldn't remember people's names. So, yeah. I think it can be fun. I think if you use webcams, it would be great. It'd be great. Do you have any background in theater improv? You seem better than a lot of people I've played in main group that had that background. Yes, I've been doing theater since I was 9 years old, maybe younger. and I've been on stage for a long time. I don't do it much anymore. I did a lot when I was in high school. I did a lot in junior high, and the last thing I was in was In the Heights, which was a musical. It was the first musical that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote, and that was a lot of fun. Did it at our local college, and it was great. I played an ensemble, but it was a lot of fun. It really made me miss being on stage, but the hard part for me is the commitment. It's really hard for me to commit to something that long and that difficult. So I do love being on stage. I don't really do it much anymore, and I don't really plan on doing it in the future. But yeah, I used to do a lot of improv and stuff like that, so it's a lot of fun to me. You're not gonna go asleep? Okay, that's fine. Go nap. Portugal? Spencer, there's people from Portugal! My people! Kobold monks? Or just kobolds as a race in general? Kobolds are so cute! They're great. I love kobolds. I think you can make them really awesome. There are people from New Zealand in here? Holy crap. You guys are crazy. Come from all over the place. Do I have any phobias? What's up? Bring him. Hello. Hi. This is my cat. This is Moose. He wants to say hi. He's a noisy boy. Say hi. Oh. Oh, you're mad. Mad boy. Okay, Kevin. Okay. Bye, buddy. Somebody asked if I have any phobias. I don't know. What am I scared of? The dark? Sometimes. I don't have, like, legitimate, like, unreasonable phobias. Like, I'm scared of snakes or anything like that. I'm more, like, I do the typical thing that everybody does where I wake up in the middle of the night like, oh, I'm going to get murdered tonight. Somebody's going to break into the house and murder me tonight. And I get afraid there, but I don't have any, like crazy phobias. Ghosts. Ghosts are spooky. How much do I prepare for a campaign? Not that much. I don't really prepare. Sometimes it's a few lines of text. What I really like to do is I like to come up with an idea of where the campaign's going to go. Then I write a long, overarching idea and plot that can go along with the entirety of the campaign. And then you are fucking up my green screen right now. Then I write down like a bullet list, and then once it's in my head, then I have an idea of it. Sometimes I'll prepare initiative sheets. Sometimes I'll prepare monster stats. But other than that, I don't prepare that much, to be honest. I'm much better at improving than I am. Elf or dwarf? I don't know. I dislike them both. Not true. I like them both for different reasons, but I couldn't choose. All right, thank you. Thank you, Spencer. That's my wonderful fiance for you guys. She screwed up my green screen. I had a sniper wizard at my table. 250-foot range Eldritch Blast. Yeah, Tim did that. He was able to get it up to 500 feet. It was a sniping Eldritch Blast. It's crazy. Yes. I'm actually in a dark dungeon, guys. In a deep underground tavern. There's no green screen. What city do I live in? There's only 128 of you. I live in, what? What? I can't tell them where I live? Why not? I'm not give them my address. How much of a point buy do you use for stats? I like point buy the most, actually. Feats at level 1. Unless you're a human. Yeah, I'll do more Critical Role content when I feel like doing it. San Jose, California, 95112. Yes, that's exactly where I live. Yeah, you could probably find out where I live. It's not that hard. If you find out where I live, don't come pester me, because then I will have to kill you. Sorry. Just how it goes. Yeah, improv's a lot of fun. It could be pretty great. I talked about earlier, what I would change with the Mystic class is their ability to choose disciplines over their orders. It should just streamline to the one discipline. Yay! Nope, I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm great. I'm good. When you DM a campaign, do you envision how it will end? No, I don't envision how it'll end at all, because I have no idea what's going to happen in 2 games. I have no idea how the game is going to end whatsoever. I know big plot point parts, but I have no idea how the game will ever end, and I think the best way to end your D&D campaigns is to have the players end it. The players should be the ones to go, you know what? I think we're done now. The Dungeon Master shouldn't be the one to be like, and that's the end of the story, because that can feel kind of lame. Unless it's like a one-shot or something like that. No, I mean, I live in California. I'll tell you guys that. I live on the West Coast. You know, where everybody lives. You're going to make a druid. You're going to make your first druid, or if you never played D&D before and you're playing a druid. Because if you've never played D&D before and you're playing a druid, may I interest you in the monk or the rogue? Because they're easier. If you're going to play druid for the first time, pick two animals that you can turn into, for sure. And primarily turn into those 2. And pick the spells that you want, and don't look at all the other ones if you want an easy time playing the druid. Changelings are awesome. We have 2 of them in our Waterdeep game over at Arcane Arcade, if you guys want to check that out. And I think they're dope. They're awesome. They're a lot cooler than doppelgangers, for sure. Monks are not broken. They're fine. I'm going to have a video coming out this week about why I think monks are the easiest class to play in D&D. You all are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. But I'm going to prove all of you wrong, so whatever. Vox Machina over Mighty Nine, in my opinion. And it's purely just because nostalgia, and I also think that those characters were made with the intention of playing D&D and having fun with their friends, rather than playing D&D kind of like a show. I will admit that I love Ford and Jester so much. They're such great characters. The Mighty Nine are really, 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 really great characters. The chemistry that the Vox Machina had is just a million times better than Mighty Nine, and I love Vox Machina so much. The rogue is not broken, just a little bit. You think I'm Australian? I don't even talk like I'm Australian. Bro, I need advice, because tomorrow I'm playing a barbarian for the first time. What do you think about subclasses the barbarian has? The barbarian subclasses are really cool, because you can either go berserker, which is just super simple, or you can go ancestral guardians, which is like, you can pick an animal and be like that, or you can pick ancestral guardians, or spirit totem. I meant totem warrior. That's what I meant. Ancestral guardians is really, really cool. I highly recommend that one. No, rogue is not broken. I ship Ford and Jester hardcore. They're so cute. So cute. What is the most epic D&D boss fight you've ever fought or DM'd? I keep bringing it up. My old campaign, Immortals, that we played for about 2 or 3 years. The final boss was this this massive construct, world-killing titan made of all these different elements called Ozymandias. And if you don't know the reference I'm making, go look it up, because yes, it was intentional. And his purpose was to go to different dimensions and destroy worlds. So he was pretty much unkillable. You couldn't kill him. And he was the final boss. And that fight was super fun, because we had about 12 people playing. Because we gathered everybody who had played in the campaign. And it was this big epic fight where they were fighting all the different parts of them, and they destroyed him. It was really, really cool. They harnessed his power into an artifact, and they used that to save all the other dimensions. So it was a really great ending to campaign. Nobody died. except for like I think a character, but they died like story, like they became like a god or something. So shows them. Oh, hey Tyler, what's going on, man? I should show them the art. Yeah, let me get it. Hey, where's the art? Hmm? Here it is. Okay, I've returned. I didn't know you were here, Tyler. What's going on, man? So Tyler got this commissioned for me at the end of the game for my birthday this year. And this is, he's getting a little green screened out, but this is Ozymandias right here, drawn by Gabe De La Sul, who's a very cool guy. And you can see the little party down there. That was our party. So very, very awesome. I love this. I draw most of my inspiration from video games and sometimes Critical Role and sometimes Lord of the Rings. Most of my inspiration comes from those three. Yeah, he was massive. He was huge. Ozymandias was like, he was higher than the clouds. He was just massive. I really wanted to make a villain that just felt like you can't kill this thing, because they were so confident in everything they did. The other struggle I had with that game was the party was so pacifist. They would kill like random encounters, but they would never kill my bad guys. They would always find a way to redeem the bad guy or bring them to good. And I really just wanted to make a villain. I was like, no, I want you to kill this dude. So he was just an absent-minded robot. And even in that point, the party was like, maybe we can save him. And they were like, no, he's just evil. We just have to kill him. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Or whatever you celebrate. Strangest city or nation I've homebrewed? In my world right now, it is canon that there is a group. Okay, so I have to explain this. In my world, there was in the Immortals campaign, there was this thing called the Keeper, and it was a person who had a tavern that could travel to between dimensions and attempt to save all of the other dimensions. And they would pop characters in and out, and it was a way for me as a DM to bring out characters who couldn't like make it to sessions, or to Deus Ex Machina things in. It was just a DM tool for me. So the Keeper would show up, there'd just be a door, and if you went in, there was this magical tavern. It could go all over the universe, kind of like Doctor Who. And right now in our world, we have decided, somebody played a Kenku one time, and the Kenku made an air horn noise, and we're like, how do you know that? So we came up with the idea that the Keeper accidentally brought in a bunch of Kenkus into their tavern, and then went to a 7-Eleven in our current timeline, found an air horn, and they all began copying the noise, and now they live in the world. The Keeper brought them back, and now there's a bunch of Kenkus running around my world who have been to a 7-Eleven. So that's probably the strangest thing that's in my world. Yeah, Tyler, Jen Lawrence was in that game, and he played it from the beginning. It was an insane game. Oh, wow, it's been an hour. Time flies when you're talking about crap and stuff. Besides the Bard, my other favorite class is probably Warlock. Probably Warlock. I really like Warlocks. How do you keep your players hooked to the plot without railroading? Watch my video, D&D tips, character motivation. And I explain it a lot better there. Basically, you want to involve the characters' backstories to bring them together. And you also want to make them really hate something or really get upset to be motivated to go do something. So stealing from them, or creating a bad guy that kills a character from their past, or hurting them somehow is a really great way to motivate them. How is that my parents don't like D&D but love Lord of the Rings? Probably because one's a game and one's a movie. Do you think Nugget the Blink Dog will survive all of the Mighty Nine's adventures? I don't know. Probably not. I think they'll do what they did to Kiri, and they'll get rid of it because they'll realize it's kind of a burden to carry around some goddamn pets. And I think Mercer does a really great job at being like, yeah, you can take a little Kenku with you, but you guys like murder people on a daily basis, so it's probably not a good idea. Shameless self-promotion, pretty much. The current story of Critical Role is super cool. I think them being pirates, self-proclaimed pirates, is pretty awesome. And I'm sure Matt was just like, well, I guess I'm writing all this now. So I think it's really great. The initial story with campaign 2 of Critical Role really bored me. I was really just not interested in it. But I think it's gotten to a really good place right now. Yeah, I really like how dark Matt makes his games, to be honest. Any tips on playing the Bard without being a nuisance or useless? Of course, not the almighty Sam Regal's level, but somewhat decent. This goes for all the classes. If you don't want to be an annoying character and you want your players to like you, the best way to go about that is to put them first before yourself. From my experience, the most annoying players are the ones who come to the table and they're like, it's about me, it's all about me, it's about my backstory, about what I want to do, and they go off and they do their own things. The characters that I've seen that players really like are the characters that literally don't talk about themselves, and they go to other characters and they say, I really like this about you, I want to help you, I want to help you complete this kind of thing, and they create a relationship with that character, which is kind of like how real life is. So if you don't want to be annoying at the table, don't make the game all about yourself. How do you deal with a murder hobo player? A player in my campaign is a murder hobo cleric, chaotic evil psycho who wants to kill Burns just because. Talk to the player out of game, and if that's all they want to do, then ask them to leave. Typically, players that want to do that don't really respect or care about your game. So talk to them outside of game. It doesn't necessarily have to do with their character a lot of the time. People seem to dismiss dark stuff in this game as edgy. What do you think about that? What do you mean, in Critical Role? Because there's some parts of it that are really edgy, but there are some parts of it that are really dark, and I think that's really cool. But I think a lot of it can be seen as being edgy because it's them just making it up. So, honestly, one of the edgiest parts of Critical Role in the first season was Vax and Percy both going into that blood thing with the Raven Queen. That was just ridiculous. That was just such an Vax was such an edgelord, so don't at me. What is the most messed up act that your party has committed in the past? This will be a D&D story in the future. So, hopefully none of... So, yeah, if you see this again in the future, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I'm going to make a video about this story. In our Waterdeep game... I don't know if I want to spoil this. Sure. So, one time, recently in our Waterdeep games, the party got another person... I'll be vague about it. A party got a rival of theirs arrested by planting evidence of the murder weapon in their home and, basically making it so that that person was completely jailed for life. So, that was pretty messed up. Oh, man. Campaigns in general. So the difference between dark stuff and edgy in just general campaigns is what's the purpose behind it? Typically things that are edgy are only there. It's basically dark stuff that's there for no reason. It's just there to be dark. Dark stuff that's there for a reason is dark. So if your character's parents were killed, that's kind of edgy. For them just to be killed. If your parents were killed because there was a war between the city you lived in and another city, and the tactic the other city used was to starve out the other city by killing the merchants that brought in their food, and your parents fed you the last rations that they owned and died of dysentery, that's dark, not edgy, because that there's a purpose and reason behind everything that's happening. If Vax steps into a pool of blood for no reason other than I think I should do this, it's kind of edgy. If he has some historical reason as to why he's going to step into a pool of blood, or Percy, especially Percy, then it's like, okay, then it can be more dark than edgy. So have reasons for your edgy shit rather than that. And if it's edgy thing after edgy thing after edgy, or dark after dark after dark, then it's just going to be edgy. So if it's like, oh, my parents were killed. Why were they killed? An assassin killed them. Okay, why did the assassin kill them? Because my parents were also assassins and they did blood rituals. Okay, why did they do blood rituals? Because they serve a demon. Why do they serve the demon? And if you just come up with more reasons for it to just be darker and darker, then it's just going to be super edgy and nobody's going to respect it. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, right? Take it. Steal my shit. Steal it. Survival D&D games. I would love to play in a survival D&D game. That sounds like really a lot of fun. How do I prefer to start a campaign? Do a session 0. Bring all your players together. Make your class and race. Then start them in a place, in a location. The way I like to do it is I like to stick them in the middle of nowhere, and they have to get to the adventure location. So, or I like to do Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, where they're prisoners and they have to escape, and then the next place they go to, that kind of starts their adventure. Bringing them into the world and go wherever you want and do whatever you want is how I kind of like to start my adventures, because the players can feel like there's a lot of motivation to do things, or running from something as well. I think that's a great way to start a campaign. That's up to you, though. You can start your campaign however you want. Roll D20. Okay. 7. Rule 1 of RPGs: steal everything. Horror campaigns. Play Curse of Strahd. Horror campaigns are awesome. I think they're great. I think there's a great way you can go about them. The biggest thing is that you have to let your players overthink. And a lot of dungeon masters are bad at this. And I talked about that in a previous D&D tips video, where if you don't let your players overanalyze and overthink your games, they're not going to respect it, and they're not going to fear what you've put in it. So games like Curse of Strahd, if you just straight off the bat were like, oh, Strahd isn't that powerful, all of the fear in Curse of Strahd is gone. So if you want your game to be scary, let your players overthink everything and make everything look really scary. How am I doing? Doing great, man. Doing awesome. I feel awesome. We got 100,000 subscribers. That's so awesome. You guys are amazing. You guys are so, so great. So, so great. I'm actually really, really happy. It's just so awesome. I love you guys. This is a lot of dreams come true, and it makes me really happy. Thank you, guys. It's my dex score in real life. 8. Oh, awful. Caduceus is cool. I like Caduceus. Can I explain what pool of spells wizards can prepare every day? I don't know. I don't have the book in front of me. IRL stat block for me, it's probably not that good. It's probably a 10 in strength, because it's probably average strength, an 8 in dexterity, a 12 in constitution, a 9 or 10 in intelligence, a 9 or 8 in wisdom, with disadvantage in perception checks, and maybe a 14 in charisma. maybe 13 in charisma. That'd probably be my stat block. My go-to class and race is human bard. Maybe halfling. I just saw stuff about introducing Gundam-style mecha into D&D. What are your thoughts about merging tech with fantasy? Tech and fantasy is cool. It just depends on the game you want to play, the game you want to run. Dungeons & Dragons does not have to be Lord of the Rings or Forgotten Realms or anything like that. It can be whatever the hell you want. So if you want to play D&D with mechs in it, cool. Just make sure your players are going to like it. And make sure they know ahead of time, because I would be really annoyed if I went into a D&D game and suddenly mech suits show up and I'm like, I made a guy who uses wood. Just make sure they know. Orin the Gnome, is he our Artificer stat block? I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks so much. That's awesome. I really like when you guys talk to me about your Artificer classes. It's really, really great. Sorry, Artificer. Really enjoy the Artificer you guys made. No, that's not what I wanted to read. I wanted to read, oh my gosh, there's so much. Favorite weapon? Sword? I don't know. Any advice for being a first-time DM to a party of 2 people? Have fun. Have as much fun as possible. Where is my super suit? I'm too white to say that. My favorite role-playing setting is probably classic Dungeons & Dragons. I'm a big fan of magic and fantasy and stuff like that. So, my favorite homebrew spell. I don't know. Logan made Egg. The one Logan made called Egg. You mentioned before a party that was too pacifist. I'm DMing for a group that's just like that. Do you have any tips to deal with a party that is like that in the long run? Yeah. So the biggest problem I had with my pacifist group, they weren't necessarily pacifist. They didn't want to kill things. They would, but they didn't want to. They would always try to find the good in my villains I would throw at them. And it got frustrating because I wanted to create moral quandaries with them. And I wanted there to be a sense of gray in my world where it's not just black and white, good and evil. So I think what you should do is you should talk to the players and start introducing an element of evil into the game. Start corrupting the players on their own. That's what I started doing with the Immortals, is I introduced an item called the Obsidian Heart. That was an opposite to the MacGuffin that they were creating called the Immortal Heart, and the Heart of Immortals. And it corrupted one of the players. It never left them alone. It was kind of like the ring in Lord of the Rings, and it kind of just like seduced them into power. I also gave one character the hand and eye of Vecna on accident. Like, that was just by circumstance. So if you've got a pacifist party who are all a bunch of goody two-shoes, introduce evil items that don't leave them alone, or corrupt one of them somehow, and bring about the evil starting in the party, and you spawn that seed, or something like that. Darkest villain I've ever created. Probably Ozymandias. He killed billions. I don't know. I had a villain. I shouldn't talk about that. I've had some villains do some nasty things in the past that I probably won't do again in the future. But having your villain do unnecessarily dark things isn't always great for your story. Have them do evil things to your characters, because that makes them real villains. Making a maniac who just does evil things just to be evil isn't interesting or fun. How do you deal with a player who's become romantically obsessed in an unhealthy manner with an NPC? Oh, that's creepy. I don't know, kill the NPC. And just watch them as they're just like, oh no. Talk to the player out of game. If it's weird, then get rid of it. If you think it's funny, then play it up, because then it's funny. If it's a problem, then talk to the player outside of game. Thank you, Blackluster Seabass. Appreciate that comment. I'm glad you like the stuff. First character I ever made. I've got two answers for this. My first character I ever made was technically was Feindal, the Ranger, who was literally a carbon copy paste of the Skyrim NPC that you meet in like the first village. And I just liked the character because I played Skyrim a lot, and I was like, oh, I think that guy's cool, so I did that. And then my real favorite, because I only played the character for one game the first time I ever played. The very what I consider my more first character that I played through multiple games was Crag, the Dwarven Cleric, who had awful stats because we rolled and it was 3.5, and I don't think I got to level 2. His beard burned off. It was pretty awful. So, and I drew him and everything, so it was a lot of fun. My favorite color is green, like a forest green, not the XP to level 3 green. My favorite color is more of like a forest dark green. Dragon turtles are cool, especially if you got like if you did like a pirate game, or if you could make a dragon turtle like the main bad guy. That'd be awesome. Opinion on undead PCs. I think undead PCs can be really great if they earn it. Because being undead is really awesome for PCs. There's really a lot of bonuses to it, and players don't really like to become something to get negatives. Tim played a vampire for a long time, and he got more good out of it than bad. I started being more harsh on his sunlight sickness and not being able to go into water, and eventually he got rid of it after the campaign ended. But undead PCs, I think they should earn it. I don't think you should start off a character being a zombie. That's dumb. Unless you really, really want to go for it. But starting off a character as undead is just kind of I think if a character dies and they're brought back to life via necromancer, I think that's a cool story that you could do in-game. I think that'd be really interesting. Feywild's game. Oh, yes. A Feywild game can be very fun because it's a completely different world. So take advantage of all the different monsters that are in the Feywild and play up a wilderness survival game, but the forest fights back. Like, that's what a Feywild game could be, and it could be really, really great. Necromancer Warlock. That sounds... Are you cross-classing Wizard into Warlock? If you want to make a Necromancer Warlock, go cross-class Wizard into Necromancer, and then cross-class into Warlock. There you go. DMPC. I did a DMPC. That was Jace, actually, I talked about earlier. My bard. He was a character I played in a long time, then I brought him in as an NPC. And I love DMPCs because it's a way for me, the DM, to be a part of the party while also being the dungeon master. So if I need to hint at them at anything like that, it's really, really great. So I think it's a lot of fun. Delta Green. No, I haven't played Delta Green or Call of Cthulhu. Play Hexblade and get Necromancer spells. That's a good way to do it. I don't know what Godhelm is. Ever run with massive damage rules? My DM does. We gain a couple of scars when you get hurt very badly. Yes, the way I do massive damage is if you take, if you have 50 hit points and you take 25 damage, you have to make a Constitution saving throw or take System Shock. That's in the Dungeon Master's Guide. If you are at 25 hit points and you have 50 hit points and you take 50 damage going past your maximum, you also have to make that con save. No, yeah. If you take more than half, you have to make that con save. And instead of taking System Shock, because you're at 0, you would take Lingering Injuries. I prefer the Lingering Injuries not to be healed by magic, like most of them can, because you're going to have somebody in the party who can cast Cure Wounds or do Health Potion, and the broken ribs or the lost eye is just going to come back. So I would say it takes a couple of days to get rid of the thing that happened on them. I think harder combat is important for 5th edition, because 5th edition is really, really easy for players. It favors players a lot more than other editions. So anything you can do to make the combat more challenging, I'd say go for it. Bye, Nikki. I'm glad she's more important than I am. Thank you. I'm glad you love the content. My favorite spellcaster that's not Bard is probably Warlock and Wizard. I really like Warlocks and Wizards. What's the better name, Monster Guide or Waifu Catalog? I think you know. I think you know what the better name is. Oh, man. All right, guys. It is 1 in the morning. It is late for me, at least. But we hit 100,000. That's super, super awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are really, really, really great, and I really appreciate everything. Should have a new video for you this week. Something new. Okay, I'll talk about that. What inspired the name XP to level 3? Nothing. It rhymed, and Logan came up with it. That's the origin behind the name. It rhymed. Nothing else about it. So, thank you guys so much. I'm glad you... I'm very, very grateful for all of you and the amount of people that support this channel. It's huge for me, at least. Seeing this as almost never being possible is always being a dream for me. So, I'll have some new videos out for you soon if I can pull myself away from video games and my other projects. So, thanks again, guys. I love you all, and I'll see you around. So this was fun. Maybe we'll do this again sometime coming up pretty soon because this was pretty fun. So, I'll see you guys. See you guys around. I love you all. I don't know what that was, but that's me giving you my love. That's what it is. All right, guys. See ya.